Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Mr. Eggy, and welcome back to the Exiled series. Today, we're going to be wandering around the island a little bit, probably just jumping in circles, but we'll be productive a little bit, I think. We're going to go over here, and I do want to show y'all something in the factory. Go ahead, the door is open. Okay, don't need to open that up. I named some of our floors here top floor water level. Okay, to get out to the waterfront with the docks. Then we can go down a little further, and you'll see I have been busy. All right, and I want to explain this whole contraption. You'll see red sand. I don't know if you guys are aware. You also see gold. We could make an infinite amount of gold. We can change basically water and lava, which makes stone. I can change stone into gold. So I want to walk you through this process. Let me go ahead and turn it on. I want to make sure the audio is not too loud for you. I already have it down quite a bit. I don't want that to overpower, especially with this whole machine running. So bottom level is something we'll be working on more today, but we're just going to be talking about the top level here. Alright, so I have, let me go cheaty fly cam here. I have lava pouring this direction, and I have technically waterlogged stairs here. They could be slabs, but I figured I didn't want to drop down into it, so I made them stairs here. Which, as the lava flows over into this block, the water is connected to that block. For some reason in Minecraft, it changes it into stone. So, at that point, I have all these drills. I believe there's 6 in total that are constantly running at max speed that are breaking the stone constantly. And you see the conveyor belt that brings it all over. It throws it against the wall here, and they flop down on this conveyor belt. Well, where do they go from there? Alright, so this is where the process starts. Let me go ahead and pull up gold. Alright, so to get gold ingots, one can get that by washing red sand. Okay, well then how do you get red sand? Okay, well red sand you can get by crushing granite. It's a way, or we can get it by crushing terracotta. Okay, well, how do we get terracotta? Well, in Create, you can get clay, put that in front of a Create fan with lava, which smelts it. Of course, you could do this in a furnace as well, but this is a lot faster process. And at that point, that turns it into clay. Well, how do we get clay? Well, we can get clay by... How do I get clay again? How did I get clay? Where is it listed? It's one of these. Okay, here we go. I needed to go to the clay ball itself. We can get clay ball by crushing gravel. Okay, or washing sand. So you can see one of the outputs for crushing gravel is to get sand, flint, and clay balls. Alright, you'll see that in a moment. Well, how do we get gravel? Well, we crush stone. So, we have cobblestone coming down here. That's getting on the conveyor belt, going in stacks. They go through this first grindstone. You see that then that turns into gravel. Okay, well I have a little bit of a distance here so I can kind of build up a little bit. Then that gravel goes into this crusher. Well, I guess some of that gravel should be turning into clay. And I think it might be. I forgot about that. And I think this mechanical arm is picking up some of that gravel. But anyways, so then the gravel goes into there. Oh wait, no. No, it doesn't. Here's where it is. Anyways, so the 3 outputs we saw earlier was sand, clay, and flint. And yeah, we see some of that on the belt there. So I have a... Oops, sorry, flashing in your face. Let me get out of cheaty flat cam. Let me just walk over there. If I die, I die. If I hold shift, I should be fine. Anyways, we're over here in a safe area, kind of. I gotta make sure my hair doesn't get caught in that. We have sand coming through here that is getting washed by two fans, both here, that are shooting forward at this depot. And as well have a third fan shooting this way, washing it on this side as well. I don't believe I have one under there. I don't know if I planned to? Did I plan to? Could I make that work? Yeah, like, why don't I have one here? And I think that's because this... I could make it work, it's just not necessary. Hopping back into our body here. So, we have a lot of water trying to wash this sand. The faster the sand is washed, the faster this process can go. And I believe it is keeping up, so we're not having a backlog, so that's good there. So, this mechanical arm grabs all this resources, and we have a filter on this that says clay balls or flint can be picked up and put in this brass funnel. Funnel. I think it's funnel. Alright, then if we... Come on. Ah, where am I getting pushed? I don't know how to get around here. Oh, am I stuck? Can I get out of here? Why can't I jump? Let me go this way. There we go. Okay, so you can see that there are clay balls. There is flint. That should be in here as well. That clay block should get sucked out of here. You see, it's not really backlogging too bad. But once they get turned into clay blocks or flint blocks, they then have a chute that has a filter on it that says send out. Can I see it? Maybe I need to go cheaty cam here. Oh, I just set my game mode to creative somehow. If I hit F3 and F4 at the same time, there we go, back in survival. We can see that clay is coming out here and is getting blasted by the lava. I believe there's two fans shooting that here. So all these are getting turned into terracotta. The flint block does get taken and I believe destroyed. I don't need flint blocks. They're a cool decorative block, but I don't need that much of it. We'll get to that later. So we have the clay blocks getting turned into terracotta. Then we go, these arms take that. We have a really awkward system here, but this is just apparently how it needs to be done. This is filtered for terracotta. You can see that right there in that filter. And it gets put in this chest, so I can have a backlog and multiple getting shot out at once. As well as a brass funnel, taking it out of there. Onto this conveyor belt. Okay, well then we crush that, and then we wash that, because that turns it into red sand, as well as some sticks. Actually, no, it turns into red sand, and then washing that red sand has a small chance of turning that into gold nuggets, or some dead bush, or something. I void, or I destroy the sticks. I don't really need those. But any of the gold that is gold nuggets that come from there are put into here. Then, at some point, I actually have not had it shoot out into this chest yet. But I'm making some gold blocks this way. So you can see, just by turning it on already, I have a full gold block and 3 gold ingots. So whenever those ingots get to 9, it just turns into a block. So that's 64 gold blocks I can store into this cauldron, basin, whatever they call it. Oh, basin right there, where I don't have to do anything. So I'll get that figured out when I dump it in this chest. But you can see how big of a process this can actually be. So this is for gold. This took me quite a while and quite a real estate to set all this up. Today, I want to take you and do the iron side, so we can make infinite iron as well. So let me turn off the machine here. I have my remote controller to the down button. If I click that, I can turn everything on and off. That's how I want to control this whole factory. But instead of gold, let's pull up iron nugget. So, how can we get iron nuggets? Well, if we wash tools, here we go. So, gravel again. Well, we know how to get gravel. That's pretty darn easy. Um, so we turn crush stone gets us gravel. So this process is a whole lot easier, and I wanted to walk y'all through it. We need to get crushed gravel, so we need a crushing wheel. Then we need a fan casing with some water, so that double setup that I usually do. Then that will turn that into flint, which again, more flint, and iron nuggets. So let me, ignore all this. We'll get to this later in the episode. I have been farming and I can't wait to show you all that. But I want to focus on this iron. So I will be right back. I'm going to go get all that equipment required. It shouldn't be far. Most of it should be in here. But I will be right back. Alright, we got everything that we need now. We got everything in the toolbox. And let's get started. So, as you can see, I kind of started putting the blueprint down here. I took away the conveyor belt. With you, I want to add that back. So, it was connected here. We're going to run that along. We're going to put that to this. Then that mechanical power is transferred all the way through this belt, which is then turning this, which I can now add another belt from here. I'm not going to go to there. I'm actually going to go a little bit further. I want to make it all the way to here. Good, just like that. So let me get that belt back. Let's go from here. It goes through there to here. So all of them are connected. Oh, let's put that in the hotbar so I can see. Got a lot of garbage on me. We have crushing wheels. That's what we want. So we're going to put a crushing wheel there and there. I believe this should spin in the correct direction. If it don't, it don't. We're going to find out. 3, 2, 1. Yes, that does look like... Yes, it is going the right way. Oopsies. Is that what that stone was for? Let's put one right there. Let's try that again. The water was coming out. Okay, so that is a little bit of a concern. So it's not moving right now. If you guys are concerned about that, that's not the problem. It should be not moving. It's kind of blocked up here. What my concern is do I want them to stack to a higher amount before getting crushed? And that might be the case. But let's go ahead and continue. We might need to change that later. What we need to add back here now is water, so this can be washed. This gravel needs to be washed. Let's go ahead and grab some tinted glass, put that on both sides. Add a fan casing there, and we're going to add one just right behind it. Let's go ahead and clear all this out. So let me get my hammer. Do one there, one there, one there. Let's just get a little bit more room. Okay, so we need to get mechanical power back here. What I could do is just take it off of this. Let's just do this. Okay. We need to add a vertical gearbox. I'm going to switch both of these into vertical gearboxes. Need one there. One there, and another one here. 2 more here. So could I do that with gears? Maybe, but I'm not gonna worry about that. Let me go ahead and get 3 more. I think I only need 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Gearboxes, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got those gearboxes. We're going to change the orientation of this a little bit. We're actually going to go out this way, so that when the water's shooting across this belt, it will wash all these before it even gets to the depot. So we need to take power from here. Let's grab some shafts, bring it over to about here should be good. I might need to decrease that by 1, I don't remember. But let's get those vertical ones. One goes there, one goes here. I need one more here, and I should be able to put the fans. Oh, perfect distance. Fan casings here and here. Oops. Let's place that there. Okay, now I need to put water here, but before I do that, put glass there. What I could probably do is that have water flow over both of them. That works. I won't ever need to turn this off, so that works just fine. I don't think it needs to be a full block. Okay, let's take that back. Let's go ahead. I don't need to put that in. Let's see if this works. Let's see if it's rotating in the correct direction. That does look like it's getting pushed this way. Both of those should be... Oh! Take it back and forth. Alright, so we got flint. We're getting some iron here. Let's go ahead and turn it off. Maybe higher stacks would make this more effective. We'll find out. But now we need a mechanical arm to take the flint and iron off here and put it in a press. So do I have a mechanical arm? I do not, but I got tubes. I got electric tubes. Can I search arm? Is it going to show up? Mechanical... Arm. Nope. Let's just do it this way. What is it called? I think that's the correct thing. Yeah, mechanical arm. I don't know why it didn't show up. Either way, we need some brass sheets, a precision mechanism. Let's see if I have any of those. Oh, sweet. I have 8. I also need... Here, we're going to put everything away. We're going to grab some of those, switch over inventory slot, go to that, and we also need... We need brass plates. Do we have any brass plates in here? I have gold sheets. That's not what I need. We should have brass plates somewhere. It's not in there. Oops, grabbed the wrong thing. Nothing should be on that floor. Nighttime. Let me sleep before a creeper shows up. Nope. I don't imagine nothing should be in there. Definitely nothing's in a crafting table. Let's go see in our supplies out here if we have any brass sheets. Else we're gonna have to make some brass. Brass. We have some brass, just no brass sheets. We only need 3. While I'm here, I'm gonna make 3 mechanical arms. Yeah, I don't see anything there. So now we need a press. I think I still have a press somewhere? We're gonna go find out. It's not too often that you need a mechanical press. At least not at this stage of the game. Early on you do. Do I have one back here? A press. I think I usually switch it out for here. You'll see I'm not very organized here. I have a saw here. I do not have a press. Maybe down 1 floor. Get to the water level. And oh yes, I do have a press here. Let me go ahead. Mag brass ingots. And we need an andesite, which we do have andesite, so we should be good. That should be everything. Let's go down 1 more. Have a crafting table here. Alright, make 3 mechanical arms. Alright, so it will need mechanical power, so that's too slow. I'm not going to get it from there. But I do think the iron chest or press can be here. What else we need is a mechanical press. Didn't even think about that. So here we go. Alright, so it was a block of iron, andesite, so we should have all those. We're gonna go top to the factory here. Grab some single iron block. Go back down. Oop. Did I put everything else away? Just one. That's all we need. And we also need... I believe this is the shape of it. It's not. Uh-oh. What's the shape of it? Let's go back. Basin. Oh, it's just a minecart. Okay. Boop. Let's go ahead and put everything away. That tool chest is more useful than I thought it was going to be. That's that. I believe that should be everything we need. Bear with me. So I'm going to put that there. We're going to put the basin on top of that. Going to put just currently a placeholder log so we can have a gap. And then on top of that, we're going to place the press. Now we need power coming from that. So I could take it from here. Or take it from over there. I think it would be the same amount. Yeah, well, let me just take it from here. This might be the cleanest way to do this. We need vertical. Place it there. Now we need 2 shafts. And another vertical. Let's see if I can place this. Perfect. And there. Now that press has power. Now I also need power for my mechanical arm. And now I need vertical power, which is like this. And I think that would reach. This is very strange. Honestly, I wouldn't mind this being over one more. Let's place this here. I know all that work for nothing. Let's place that press. Where did it go? It is on top. Let's rotate it. Come on. Hello. Just didn't want to. There we go. Break that. We can change this out. Instead of having a shaft, we can have a gear that then I can place the mechanical arm on top of. So we do need to program this mechanical arm first. So what I'm going to do for that is you want it in your hotbar. You're going to click, click, click. So anything in blue are the products that I want. Okay, I will have to program this arm. I don't... Maybe I do. But I'm going to have to grab a filter to say what I want it to take off. I do not want it to take off the gravel, but I do want it to take any of the flint or iron that it gets and puts it into the basin to get crushed. Okay, so I have those. I need a brass funnel that I'm going to put on the backside here. We are going to need maybe just an iron ingot. Let me try that. If I just put an iron ingot there, we are going to have flint backup, but maybe I'll have to come up with a different depot for that to just drop it into lava. That's all I want it to happen to. But that should be washed now. We need to get the mechanical arm, grab all this, take items from crushing wheel. I don't think I want that. Can I just deactivate just these and place it into there currently? So if I put that down, it is programmed. 4 outputs, 4 inputs, 1 output. Let's go and turn this on. Alright, so we have the flint already backing things up. Is the mechanical arm moving? We haven't got any iron to know yet. Washing very slowly, so it is backing up. Let me just take the flint off of here. just by hand for now. Okay, oop, the arm moved. We got, finally, our first ingot. Maybe I'll put that on the wall. Here is our first ingot ever. Ah, we don't need it. We're not that broken iron. We just wanted to make this, one, it's a fun thing to do, two, so now we have infinite iron. We're not going to have to go mining for it. So we have gold, we have iron, both being processed just from a cobblestone generator. This should be going a lot faster if I take the flint off there. A simple solution for the flint should be just something like this. But I would actually like that to be horizontal. Let's just put a temporary block here. And let's put rust funnel here. And I say, bear with me, I'm stuck on a conveyor belt. Get off. Put flint there. Let's take this mechanical arm. This might be an easy solution. Say take. That's filtered, place this down. Wait. I never programmed the output. Take. Place. Now will it do it? And this is the problem. So, this is what I was running into. It will not place it in there unless it just has a chest with an output. I'm gonna see if I can do this. Can this switch? We're experimenting here. Does not look like it wants to go on the back side of this. So, easy solution. Let me get the torch back on the wall so you guys can see. Let's make our way across the very dangerous conveyor belts. Not speaking from experience. Just in case anyone's wondering. We said we needed a chest. Oh, I didn't realize I had a chest on me. Let's make it across. Something to place that against. There we go. Now this should be going. Next. Oops, that's not what I want. Forgive me, guys. I'm just gonna dump it on the ground. Where's a bucket of lava? I'm gonna have to go get one. I think there's one over here. But that should fix our problem. Flint being backed up. Alright, let's get some tinted glass. Boop, boop, boop. Dump. Oh, hello. Don't burn my face. Now let's go ahead and cover that up. There we go. All that. Now we gotta make sure it doesn't put anything useful in there. But getting rid of the flint. That iron is getting taken off. We have 3 ingots so far. Yes, it's a very slow process. But if I have this running while I'm running around doing other things, then I technically do have a good income of iron and gold. Iron's a lot more profitable. What was the chances of it? Let me search this again. Iron. So per gravel, I can get a 12% chance. Where over there, it is a lot smaller. It's like a decimal place worth of a chance to get all the gold that we need. Anyways, I hope this was exciting for y'all to watch. I know it was a very drawn out process. Hope it wasn't too bad. But this is not where I want to leave the episode today. We're going to leave this running. We're going to go back to the top floor, sleep once again, because you never know what time it is when you're inside the factory. Maybe we need to like come up with an audio cue when night comes around, because we have a clock and everything. Clock's fantastic. But we do not have... It's probably 35. You guys gotta let me know if that's gonna be too loud. In just one moment. Alright. Well, yeah, you'll have to let me know if that's too loud. But it sounds pretty good right now. So, there's one more surprise I have for y'all, and I left you on a little bit of a cliffhanger at the end of the last episode. But I do want to go check it out. We've already spoiled a little bit, saying that we are into farming, but I want to go show you my farm. Doesn't sound that exciting, but it is. Just hang in there. Alright, we are arriving to our farming island. So our main base is over there. I have turned this little small island, flat island, into my farm. So, I kind of wanted to make it somewhat resemble real life, okay? We have a square rectangular farm here, no surprise there. But you will see I have a little harvester. Um, is this a mob making noise? Hello? You guys can't see this, but I was not expecting this. Apparently there's a skeleton that has music. I have no idea what mod that is. That really threw me off. Sorry, I just went quiet there. But cool. We'll have to go check that out. But I want to show off my farm here. So the way I made this, and I do want to edit it a little bit with you guys coming up here, is we have two minecarts. So unlike how we made our boats, where we used the create rails, we are going with the original minecart tracks, but this is still create, where you can add a contraption, or, you know, this turns it into an entity, this giant block, that we can actually climb on, use, as well as still get around. Well, I said use. I'm struggling to use it. Those ladders aren't very useful. But if I put coal in here, there we go. So it is moving along, harvesting our field. You see that this little bit was harvested, kind of coming right at us. Let's go ahead and jump into the cabin here. If I can, and not break everything. Ah! I probably destroyed so much field. There we go. So we have these create doors that we can open up, close again, and we can ride along as it harvests everything. Oh, we almost hit our green tractor. I want to show you guys that after. But you can see that the 5 blades in front are harvesting mostly wheat at the moment. But down this aisle is a lot of other crops like corn, dragon fruit, cabbage, a lot of other things. But we're going by our cute little green tractor. Let's get out and say hi while that harvests everything. So you'll see real fast, there are 2 minecarts out under there. So when it does turn, it turns a little bit smoother. It's not just on one, taking a quick 180. You can see how it kind of pivots around. But yeah, with that, I challenged myself to make a cute little green tractor here, and I think I did alright. Tires look decent, as well as they can be, being on the same height. Got a little backlight on it. There goes our harvester, going right past our green tractor. Had to make it for scale here, that's why I had to make this so small. These harvesters are usually a lot bigger than the tractors are. But you can kind of see that I have a, you could say, hitch coming off the back here. I want to make a trailer. We won't get around to it today, but I want to make a trailer here that when this harvester comes by here on this track, it will then dump off all of its products, all the wheat and everything else, into the trailer. Then that trailer I could then either store it there, so we have good food supply, or transport it from there somehow. But that is the idea of this farm here. But we're going to have a whole farming episode, because I also want to do something with the rest of this island here. We have a lot of room. where we're gonna have to make like a barn. I'm thinking a barn right here. And we have some sheep on the island. Oh, that was too far away. There's some sheep, and we need to get some more pigs. We need to get some cows. They're all running around on my island currently. We need to get them over here and actually get them farmed. So I'm gonna leave this episode here. We were able to make that iron, showed you off the gold contraption. Maybe you guys can make that on your own. Maybe there's ways to improve it. Let me know down in the comments. Um, but I did want to show off my little harvester here. I thought it was darn cool. I'm gonna have to be adding a seat inside. Um, but I hope this inspires you all to play a little bit around with the Create mod itself and just Minecraft in general. Anyways, guys, wonderful hanging out with you today. I'm going to let you go here. Have a good one.